Hello, and welcome to my channel. If you've not seen me before, my name is Lisa, but I can go by Liz or Lise, and I hope you're having a good morning, afternoon, evening, wherever you may be. My streams, they're for more mature audiences, so please do keep that in mind as you watch this playthrough. Also, of course, too, if you're enjoying the content, be sure to like, comment, and subscribe, and yeah, enjoy! Hello again, this is a new PSA for Hello Kitty Island Adventure for the City Town DLC. Unfortunately, the frame rate is a little harsh on the eyes, so that's something to keep in mind. Also, there is a moment where there was some flashing. It's not as bad as what the Wheatheart Wonderland DLC used to have, but I just want to keep this up here and out there just in case if you're one who is sensitive to those kinds of things. And of course, hopefully in the future it will be patched, and thus this may be not relevant to the newer times, but I may keep this up all the same. But of course, as always, please enjoy the video starting now. Let's go ahead and jump in Hello Kitty Island Adventure today, and of course, we have some quests to catch up on because while I did jump in, I also missed out on a day. But maybe it wasn't all for naught on missing out, because maybe we'll see something new. Which, speaking of new, there are a couple more things that are a little bit new that I found out on the Hello Kitty Island Discord, / also experiencing it myself, that I should probably share. Which, it's gonna be interesting, to say the least. Oh, and yes, there is a new event that's around the corner. For, obviously, school time. Or if you didn't know, it's for school time. Thanks, buddy. Alrighty. But I think this is probably for this, so I wanted to see who was here. You know, maybe they'll be involved and maybe they'll change it themselves. Okay. So, I will call Hello Kitty for this. This is just to be on the safe side, because this event has been, unfortunately, very buggy with the other event that used to be here. So I don't know if the Friendship Festival really had any strong bugs besides the fact that the characters didn't really switch up too much. And they kind of were just stuck in their own universe. But that's okay. To a Friendship Festival talk we go. All the same. And yes, they are back in their outfits. Perfect, except why are you in that? My sweet piano. And also Kagamya's here. My melody's floating. Mapu, where'd you get the new blankie? Howdy, howdy, everyone. We hope you've enjoyed a little time travel for this year's Friendship Festival. Before we all go, Pom Pom Puddin' and I wanted to have one last shindig. After all, how can one celebrate the rock and roll era without music? I knew it. I've got chills, and they're multiplying. Oh, wow. Rock and roll, baby. Put a dime in that jukebox. Everyone, please welcome our very special guest performer, Elfish Basely. Wow. Wow. Thank you. Thank you very much, everyone. Let's give the Friendship Festival a rockin' send-off, shall we? I call this one Boot Fight Shoes. And a 1, and a 2, and a 1, 2, 3, 4. Oh my gosh, Kagama, you're such a doll. Doll? But I'm not a doll. I'm a wee flower fairy, meow. Oh no, it's an expression. It means you look really cute. Thanks for doing my makeup, my melody. I feel like a TV star. Of course, you'd make a wonderful leading lady. I can see it now, leading actress of the hit show I Love Kurumi. Come on, Hello Kitty, let's swing. Yes, we can do the jitterbug, the sock hop, the twist. Sounds like we'll be dancing all night. Let's go. Wow, need shades, Mapu. Oh, he's got actually a full outfit on. With a blanket. Thanks. With these, I can take a nap without anyone noticing. Happy Friendship Festival, everyone. We hope you had a swell time. The swellest? Absolutely. Oh, does it have to end? No matter what era, no matter how long. We hope that you're cherishing the moments you spend with friends, new and old and new. There are still a few days left to snap selfies and gain lockets too. Have a rockin' rest of your Friendship Festival. But why wasn't she in an outfit? That's weird, man. But okay, now they're in their outfits, so I will leave you to it. Man, Dear Daniel's got a lot of outfits. I mean, I guess it makes sense. Okay, I need to do this the other way, though. I forgot. Because I'll block her from the quest. I have a question. Let me change outfits. So there are future endeavors. It just don't. Huh. Okay. I'll just leave it as is, but that was weird. That was very weird. Very weird. I will also let them go. I actually did not even pay attention to anything that she had because, well, why not? That is, sometimes she does have stuff on display where I'm like, oh, I want it, but, you know, sometimes she doesn't. Just saying. Alright. Since I was over there. And though, of course, although... as much as I said I was gonna cut it out, we will not cut it out. Again, we'll go ahead and explore, and I guess I can go ahead here to do the other bit. So my little Rockstar, and then of course Superstar Sesh, Critter, Sunny Day, Hot Cocoa, the photo, and that. Get to make more clouds. Get to capture those from the water, and then some, and then of course the other that I don't care about, which is fine. But I like how Kaguya was a part of that, even though if you don't have her, she wouldn't be there. So that's interesting. But all good, all the same. Okay, I'm not sure what that's gonna do, but fine. Or maybe I do know. Maybe you know. Maybe you and I both know? Some exciting things might actually happen. But here is a part of what I did. And of course, down here was nothing, because up here was everything. I got it. Dun, 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 dun. Easy. Very, very easy. Let me see. Okay. Interesting. So I will actually... This is already the indigo, and I don't need indigo. I don't need gray either anymore. This is cool. That's cool. I don't need that. The pistachio, sure. So... oh, I guess I could still use these. Which technically... there's that. Those. Oh yeah, and this hasn't done anything either. could always try to plant those again to see. Don't need them as in the flowers though. It's okay. But this also finally did its thing. So that was pretty cool too. That's exactly what I want. Okay, maybe I should have left it. Anyways, they'll be the ones I want at some point. I'm not gonna worry about it. Oh, this is also what I did. Dun, 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 dun. I wonder how that even transpired. Because this is periwinkle ombre, orange periwinkle. From where? Well, either case. Perfect. I'm a little confused, but that's fine. I shouldn't question it. Or it's a new one to add over here, and for me to forget that I've planted it, but you get the gist. Let me switch this. Not to that, but to that. Oh, not you. Not you either. Close. Oops, there it is. But cool. Another one. I do think they're my favorite. Like if it was just the ombre. But I have seen the magic of others, of course. Now these were very fresh in the sense of when I did them. It only took about 2 days time or so, 3, depending on how you count. Just saying. So this is definitely going to be harder. And I'm not sure how much I'm going to really care about taking them out, but basically I only have, if I want to focus on it, the choice of the ombre. So basically that's all I've done. And then I tried over here. To see what would happen. And that. Okay. And then this is supposed to be similar, so if I was focusing on it, it would probably be something like this. I know I didn't take out the other ones. But that's kind of the free patch. This one's a little bit more focused. So. Trying again. And then we can go up here. I don't know the likelihood of the yellow actually doing its stuff, but it can happen. It's a lot slower. It is very curious how soon the black actually appeared and all. So same thing. The magic. And then go over here for more magic. How was I doing this? Oh, I was in like, how was I planting these? I think like this. Yeah, that would make sense. I thought about leaving them in hopes for that, but it's okay. I already have them anyways. I have enough anyways. And then of course this did its thing. As it should. This though, the lilac. So much. Okay. Take that out. I guess I don't need this anymore. Take that. That. Okay, nothing happened. I have no idea why I have so many pumps. Like, I don't know what I was doing. Let me grab these. Water them then. Do that. Okay. I was like, if it's gonna do it, it would be yay. But nope. Nope. Too slow too. But yeah, I don't remember exactly what I did with the pinks. However, okay, that, that, water, wonderful. So that takes care of those. Again, I didn't really set too many over there to actually be different colors, or the hopes to get the different colors, but that was kind of the idea. Meanwhile, over here, I definitely tried to set them up, and I think it, well, it did do this for the magenta thistle, but at the same time, I already got that because I don't need that. Yoink. That. There. Oh, no, I did do that one right there, huh? Did. Me misremembering. My one magenta thistle. Because it did do this. Just didn't want that. That or that. There we go. Ah, lordy. Okay, that is that one. Had to get the lime. Do this. I don't. I don't actually have the one. It's over there. I'm working. I'll just leave it like this for now, because also I messed it up. Sadness. Okay. Meanwhile, over here, totally forgetting. But then I remembered as soon as I took it out, I was like, wait a minute. Oh no. So this, I kind of worked in a weird way. But I skipped this. Basically. And then this is supposed to be clear though. Hey, got more of those. That's pretty cool. Clear. clear, and then clear. Yep. Because this is all where the hopefulness that I have for hybrids, which I don't even know because I did not put them through, so I have no idea, but I was hoping that they had the same kind of idea. Now these had the idea of being disappointing, but that's okay. It's a work in progress. Why? What was I possibly... I have no idea. I don't know what I was possibly doing. I'm not picking him up this time. Oh no! Man. I know how I could... Wonderful. Get maybe 2... No, maybe 1. Actually, not 2. Except... Oh, Lord. I should try to get other colors that I know that maybe I can get by mixing 2 other colors instead of trying to do the other color transfer business, because that is not happening in my favor right now. We will go here. Now, I've kind of let this patch go in the sense of doing its own thing, and I think I'm going to continue to let it do its own thing for now. As far as colors go, yes, it worked out for some. No, it didn't work out for others. That is, for this, I have not gotten the color that I wanted yet. Not yet. So, well, that's the only one that I, kind of just let be. But this, though, was still pretty cool. Still left that one, and yeah, I've left that one too for the heck of it. I can take some of these out though. Again, this is a hybrid, even if it doesn't look like a hybrid. Believe it or not. And then do that. And then we'll go here. To do this. Also could have done it in one other place, but I figured since we're in the clouds, might as well be here. And sometimes I do like just being in the areas where the stuff is to be made, because then we have the tunes versus really nothing. I know I don't have her with me. I've accepted it. And I do wish they added other flavors, still to this day. Crazy how they haven't after all this time too, but they've done other stuff like visual stuff. It's fascinating. We will go now to space, where we have the space. Teehee, haha. Let's see. To hope. It's just one spot though. Oh my gosh, the sadness. Okay, so do I still actually want this then? I'll take it out. I will leave the others though. I mean, I did get the one color from it. I actually haven't paid attention to what color goes where and how to get what, but... Nope, yep. Never really thought about it that way. Noted. Like if it matters. Because maybe that's my problem in the other areas too. That is over here. But no matter. Of course, still birthday celebrations are happening, but I don't know how much longer. And again, the number's just been going down because I haven't done anything else. But things can change when I have to do it. Have to. Desperation. Hopefully no frustration. Okay. Cool. Alas, this did not work out though. This worked out here though for this. Okay. I'll take these out then, actually. There. Perfect. That looked partially like it was floating, but that's fine. I was like, wait a minute, what? Okay. So now this part 2, I did also switch up, let's be real, it's become more of a, disaster than anything else, but that's okay. So I think I actually finally got the ones that I wanted to. So really it worked out. Like in a weird kind of way. And plus, that's just like the dopamine that you want to hear. So it's fine. This. And last but not least, this. Now, we will go to, of course, my favorite spot. We'll actually go back here. So basically my plan is to take care of the chores, do the quests, and then we will come back later and I will go over to the areas that have some difference for them and change. Now, I have let this flourish maybe a little too intensely. But I think I remember how I did this. You know, again, I'm doing this for the hybrids, so... Or the hope for hybrids. Oops. Interesting. There. Not there. Boy, I tell ya. Oh, if they just didn't get in the way. Has to be redone. Fascinating. Why do they need to be in front of your face? The answer is they don't. This was a little bit more freeform, though. On purpose. I left them like this in hopes of getting a pattern. like that. Okay. Let me go here. And this honestly should be able to be taken out. It was too... Or that is, I was too impatient for it. Then over here for funsies still for some reason. Because I should also organize these. We'll go here for the quick way for my sad little patch. And I don't really need some of these. I just feel like I want to leave them out. The prosperity. But last but not least, for the other area that I haven't actually changed, but you know, for the hope of it all, essentially, that's what this is to, of course, admire the ones, you know, that really tried. We'll collect it. We'll water it, and I'll still leave it for now. And then be disappointed by that. Again, I really need them to be the hybrids. Oh! But, okay. Then, to truly end it off, because I completely forgot, and I hit the wrong one. I completely hit the wrong one. That is out of habit. Is that I didn't go to the water. Silly me. Okay, so I put the cool ones here. And then I kind of just put random ones. Sort of, but not really. I was still trying to place him for hybrid stuff. But really over here... is where I placed him to actually give me the color that I wanted. Which I think... Periwinkle... Get the frick out of my face, please. Thank you. Periwinkle. They're so annoying. This did not work out either. This did, however. I'm gonna lose my shoot. I swear to gosh. It makes no freaking sense why they need to be in your face. And it makes no sense why in the world would they need to be in your face. It's as simple as it gets. I don't know what else to tell you. And what's more frustrating is that I swear I'm like rising up and I'm not trying to do that. Very freaking frustrating. Lilac. All right. Anyways, that's what's happening there. I could fix, or could have fixed the other one a little bit too, but I'm just leaving them for the time being. But that's kind of the idea that I have left for them. So, as all, minus my frustrations underwater, we are all set to, of course, begin the bigger tasks at hand, which, of course, starting off on these, which, just double checking. I guess superstar Sesh we shall go with. And so, thank you. Just making sure it truly means what it means when it means it. Sure, I'll collect it. What you got, Monica? There you are, my faithful assistant. This again? No. Yep, ready for your next assignment. Usually our manager would be in charge, but today, lucky you, you get to supervise. It's superstar training time for the OTM girls. I'll go get Noogie and Hydrian? I am not sure. And we can meet up at the hot springs. Disappear. Okay, so now they're also included. I was wondering. I was also questioning if they were ever going to be included. But I feel like I've pretty much butchered their names. That's okay. Great. Now we're just waiting on. Hey there, are you three putting on a show on Friendship Island? Ugh, no. We can't until we've reached our ideal training level. Did you read my text? It's just said get to hot springs. We have to do a bunch of training exercises. We have a bunch of training exercises to do. And warm up our voices. And perfect the choreography. And I'm supervising. I'm here to help. That sounds exhausting, but I guess that's the life of a pop star. It's time to run up the mountain, girls, to the cauldron. Ooh, race you. And if I race you first. You're going to use the mailbox to get up there, right? I won't tell them. Aren't you going to sing? Why aren't you with them? I like to sing and all, but I'm kind of glad I've fallen off Monica's radar. Good luck. I'd rather listen from the crowd. Ah, so that's what happened? Just automatically, all of a sudden? Okay. If the game says so. So tired. This mountain is so warm. Yeah, it's a volcano. How was the jog? Are you sufficiently exercised? Yeah, we did great. This part of our training is done. Time for some singing. Wait, no, we need to replenish our electrolytes first. Oh, right. Do you have anything like that? Man, imagine if you didn't. Yum! Tasty and healthy. Now we can practice our harmonies. Ah! Ooh. Yeah. No. Those acoustics are all wrong. We sound like we're singing in a giant bowl of melted rocks. You know any venues with better acoustics than this? I do. A prime local. A comedy club? Why didn't you say that before? Come on, girls. Looks like we're going for a swim. Of course we are. Of course we are. Are they all like, I don't know how to go through a doorway? I'm glad they figured it out. Trash. Collected. La 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 la. Oh yeah, that's more like it.
You guys have a comedy club underwater? How does that work? Hello, this is my comedy club. Would you like to use the stage? Yes. Remember the next phase of training? Perfect the choreography. Dancing time! It's time to dance! They're just posing. Looks like they've settled in. Anyway, how's training going? It's a lot. They're doing great. I think they're gonna be viral stars. It's going fantastic. I think I'm their newest fan. Hey, assistant, can you join us up here for 1 second? No respect. I think this move would look better with a 4th person group. 4. But Monica, there's only 3 of us. You want to hire our assistant? I just want to test it out, just in case. What's the move? Show me what to do. I was born for the stage. Just go like this. It really matches the tunes right now too, huh? Woo, yeah! I better tell the rest of Habanid there's a new group in town. As I suspected, looks great. If we ever need a 4th member. I'm too busy to be in a band. I'm just the assistant. If you insist. That's a wrap, girls. It's time for our final and most important part of pop star training. Oh yay, meet us at the cafe. I don't get it. I don't get any of it. 1 minute we're here, the next we're there, and also, how does this work? That poor Noel. Oh my gosh, how did this happen? Go right into the Noel. Assistant, it's time. It's time! You have to tell us. What's the island gossip? There isn't any? I was hoping that you could tell me. No way! There has to be some. Like, are there any boys at Ritsuko likes? Well, actually, I think... What are you all talking about? Nothing! Tee. We're having our very important post-training gossip session. Oh, well, nothing gossipy ever really happens here. Thank goodness. I have enough of that at work. Sure. Tee. Is this the end of training? Are we done then? Yep, thanks for your help, assistant. I'm so happy you joined us. Yeah, you're the best assistant we've ever had. And the only assistant we've ever had. Which means you're the best, yay! Oh, shit. She is already gone. She is out the door. We have, of course, not necessarily similar, but similar in, say, the Rockstar music realm for My Little Rockstar with My Sweet Piano. Because after all, that's not creepy. Well, hobbies, interests change on the... not weekly, but weekly. Guess what? Ah! Yelling! New magazine. New magazine. And this one comes with a free music disc. Here, you have it. Here, you have it. I don't think I have a CD player. Whoa. This magazine is all about the lives of rock stars. Listen to this. Jamber Cage and Robbie Pant get up at 3 p.m. and spend all day dancing. Then they perform their hit song, Sweet Cloud O' Mine, of 2000s of fans. I don't know why I want to say other fucking words. It's so tilting. And they stay up until 4 a.m. drinking lattes with Rick Bradyer and Jamie Hendricks. Doesn't that sound so cool? Yeah, rock and roll. That sounds exhausting. Up till 4 a.m. Don't those boys have bedtimes? I want to be like them. I want to be a rock star. What does a rock star do, though? Aside from sing, aside from dance, aside from the late night lattes? That's just part of it. There's so much more. I mean, they've all got a gimmick. This band here, they're called ABCD, and they wear school uniforms. Oh, this guy, Fulton Swan, he wears huge sunglasses and lots of sequins. And this singer, his name is Dave Snowy. He's got this cool makeup look. That is cool. I like his colorful eyes. He's a real star, man. We should go talk to Tuxedo-san. Maybe he'll have some ideas for our vibe. Sure thing, boss. Around? You're here too. What? I was not expecting that. Rockstar outfits, hmm? Are you thinking leather, studs, lots of belts? Not really. Sounds sweaty. Oh, I know. Rockabilities have big, bumpy pompadours and lots of rhinestones. I'm a rock star, not a rock and roll star. What's the difference? Giant jewelry, a really big hat, sunglasses in the daytime? No. None of this is right. Oh, what's going on here? Rockstar Fashion Consult Brainstorming Clothing Crisis. I want to be a rock star, but I don't know where to start. What have you have so far? Nothing. We're working on the outfit. Tuxedo-san is the fashion consultant, and I'm the rock and roll consultant. You are? Rock and roll is all about shaking the hips and saying, huh. Retsuko, help. This isn't right. But I don't know much about rock. Come on, everybody, and do the twist and shout. Is this really how the rock stars do it? Okay. Okay, come with me. Sorry, Pickle, but you're a tiny bit out of date. It's vintage, it's cool! It's vintage and cool. But not what we're looking for. Okay, first off, what instrument will you play? Guitar. All the cool rock stars are guitarists. Okay, let's get you a guitar. So glad I made more than one. So glad. Now we need some music to jam to. I don't have a CD player. Don't need one. How about a rocky music box? Coming right up. Oh, I get it. Rocky little, like rock. Okay, or thanks. Oh boy. What do I know? And thank goodness I had one. We're going to need an outfit, of course. But that's what I was doing when you turned up. Right. But if I know Tuxedo-san, he's gotten a good idea by now. He gets really focused when you ask him for something like this. Why don't you go see if he's got an idea? Never. Oh good, you're back. I had a wave of inspiration as soon as you left. Just give me a moment. I'll be done in a jiffy. Here you go. I had some extra material, so I made a matching one just for you. Aw, thanks. I got to be a rock star. Rock star top. Rock star skirt. Go out there and rock your socks off. Rock their socks off. Okay. But, where? Where? I mean, top is right there. Bottoms? Or right here. Oh, it looks bad already. It's not my style. Why couldn't they be cool pants? That's all I mean. Eee, you look amazing. Is there one for me? I can't believe it. Hey, see what? That's more like it. Really? My sweet piano? Being a rock star is about two things: confidence and screaming loudly. Screaming about what? Oh, what about lyrics? Just think about something that really bothers you and sing about it. Watch this. It's hard to be a rock star in a world full of men. Slamming doors in your face again and again. Put a dime in the jukebox and put on my favorite song. Other rockers think I'm shy, so I gotta prove them wrong. Okay, your turn. Oh, okay, here we go. Hello, I'm my sweet piano and... What rage, you got this. I don't like it when, people are mean to me. It's not very nice, and they don't take me seriously. I want to be a rock star, and I've got this new outfit. Oh, gosh, something rhymes with outfit. You know what? That was great. You did so well for your first try. Outfit is a hard word to rhyme. So much rage. Oh, thank you both. It was so brave of you to try something new. Thank you for your help, Retsuko. I'm just excited to try out new hobbies, especially when I get a cool new outfit. Rock on. Air guitar solo. Yeah. Oh, we got the dining chair. But we did get to see a sneak preview of that outfit. And, I mean, it's great that we have matching, but I don't care to match. So I will go ahead and fix this and cut to when I am done with that. Okay, so I'm back to what I was wearing. And of course, that does take care of the current quest, but there could be more. In a matter of speaking, because, I don't know, there's still some in the wings, but it might take a little bit, but we'll just play that by ear and see how it goes. Of course, the bigger quest at hand is to, of course, you know, obviously collect all the tops possible, which of course the Rockstar top has been, as well as the bottoms for the Rockstar skirt. Hats, we got a new hat because of course celebration wise, this is what we're coming to an end for. So I didn't really bring this up like I normally have, but we're all done with that. We're slowly getting the final pieces for the course content, or well, it's not really content, but yes, content, but creator calendar. And then of course for the tea garden celebration, we're almost done with this. And then not too long from now is the scholastic celebration part 1, which looks to be over there as a little hint on the side of who they are, you know, representing this time for the school. And I believe we got some band stuff going on, so that'll be really cool. But speaking of really cool, there's some really cool things that I have to experience and share. So of course, if you don't really care about any of this stuff, then no worries, no problem at all. But if you want to stick around for the video or skip through to the parts, that's totally fine too. After all, it's been a long while, but from what I've read in the Discord for Hello Kitty Island Adventure, a couple people were asking about it, and I have not been back here in a really long time. Of course, for the crane craze, pretty much everything looks about the same. I do think it's hilarious that there are fish there, but you can't actually do anything about it. Except maybe throw a snowball. But that's always been funny to me. Now, I always played this on
hard. I've just been collecting the game tickets because that's all I do. So we're gonna go try hard. Oh yeah, so this used to not be the case of how they moved at all. That's terrible. Actually horrendous. They should not do this at all. However, according to the ones on the interwebs, they did share that this was already been the case on Apple Arcade for quite some time, which again I find ridiculous that this is the case. Like, why? Oh my gosh, because they used to go in a circle. It was just a faster circle, not changing intervals. So okay, I want to see. Now of course the goal that I tried when doing this is always aiming the one right before it. Yeah, I completely woofed it. Woof! Give me my pollen puffs. Okay. But that's where I would try. I'm still gonna try hard. Actually I'm gonna go over here. They don't even fall right there either. Oh my gosh. Nope. Okay, 3 times a charm. Look, all I'm saying is I don't need a challenge. Also, if this is just like the same pace, but this has moved faster, that's some baloney cheeks, man. Easy. So, easy looks to be about what it always was. I totally forget it. But I got it. Because I did it on hard so many times that then going to easy, I was like, oh shoot, how do I do this? Of course, if you actually want to, you know, get the most out of those candles, then you want to do it on hard. So, I don't know what it's going to take to really understand the pattern for hard. Especially when it moves like this, but I don't really see why it has to. Like, where basically would you want to try to get it? And if it doesn't even go over there, then what do you do? This weird funky dunky pattern. Because then you're just waiting for it to come back to you anyways. And it like never passed there. Which is stupid. Because then you're just waiting and waiting to do it, and that defeats the whole point of the crane game. So yeah, I hope that they can actually address it and want to change it. Otherwise, I'm sorry for anyone that is trying to level up, you know who. Just can't do it.
You know? Like, that's just really bad. Again, I'm sure there's a way to at least learn the pattern to some extent. Wrong thing. But one other thing that I want to show is that I don't want to be here, but yes, that also has changed if you saw the Y there. We'll go into my other one. Excuse me? The vending machine has a visual bug. We're not looking at that. Okay, we'll be here. All right, so then you can see that this has changed. It's a paint roller, but that's fine. That looks about the same. But when you bring, in particular, this up, this is where it changes the most. So it's not that you can't look at things also how you used to look at them. So you see the ZR, at least for controller, it's right there. You see the ZL is to also see who it could be matched for. So that's kind of cool. But then you hold down ZL to search. Now, to be fair, I did not use this feature, but like, let's be real. You're playing on Switch docked. This is going to take you longer to find what you want. But then here's all the chairs, right? So again, you have to hold down ZL to look it up again. I think R would probably be, and hold it down is probably you cancel the search. So you just go back, but there it is in the list. So here's me tapping it to look at it the old way, right? This is kind of the old way to look at the inventory, which I find to be still probably more, and I had no idea, but that makes sense. But same with this. Or just easier to look at, especially since you can look at so much more. Meanwhile, I don't get this. And this is me using the D-pad to scroll through. I don't see why you would want to do this. I also don't see why the tag is important to have up. I feel like, again, it's just so cluttered on the screen that it honestly looks ugly as heck. It's disgusting. And I feel personally, for me, as a person who likes a lot less and it can say a lot more, I think that should be the way it should be. Otherwise, I guess, you know, for information, there it is. Again, I don't see why that's important. I don't even understand why there's even an information button. But more my thing again about tags is, while also some people do forget, which I am one of them, but it's not that I forget. It's more that sometimes I don't know what the heck some of these mean. Because they don't show you, they don't really drill it in your head. You kind of just have to use intuition and pay attention when items do have tags. And to be fair, sometimes the tags, I just feel they're a little incorrect because they have been incorrect. And then it's like, well, what's the point from there? Also, there's this, right? So you have these tags and then you have these tags to narrow it down. But what is this supposed to mean? An open box, for example. Like, do you think that's what those mean to you? And why is a mannequin here? Like, I mean, I don't know where I would honestly think of a mannequin, but I just, for example, don't understand that. I'll toggle that one off. And then, okay, this, you know, is semi-self-explanatory that it would be the fish tank. Okay. Sure. Carpet. This is just like, so it shows a lamp, like a table lamp, but then I'm like, what? Like, what does that even mean for some of this stuff? Like, it can be placed, but some of this stuff is not placeable. So what does it mean? Like, I don't. And it's like, if you don't really want to look it up, like, right, on the wiki, on the internet in general, how are you supposed to know? Besides really just drilling it in your head, I guess. And then you have these. Even more so when you're looking at this stuff and it's like, well, what the heck is that? Oh, okay, that's potions. Sure. Magic. What? Because then, okay, what if I hit that one? Huh? Like, now it is the other potion. They're not with the extra magic. And then, of course, that is specific if you have the DLC. It feels when you see that. It's like, okay. And then you have the exclamation point like, ah! Special items. Kind of, sort of. Wrong buttons. Sorry. Messing it all up. Take it off. This. Yeah. This. Yeah, it's just really weird to me. I don't... Oops. I don't personally understand it. When again, you don't see them that often. Again, here's the plus. You cook it, there are the tags. But again, I don't know how many times you're hitting that. The tags might as well be on this screen. And then as you're looking at through into the items, the tags would be here, and thus that icon, instead of it being the information icon, you might as well hit that to search. But I, again, personally don't know what I would be searching for sometimes, because also when I'm looking it up, it's like, even if I'm thinking of a chair, well, besides a chair, then again, narrowing it down even further. And plus, I got used to looking at it through the tags and trying to just test things out. And also, I mean, to be fair, yes, they do show a tag too. So that can help, right? When... Nothing. That's for jokes. Pranks. I mean, sorry, wrong. Meant to back out all the way. But if you look at the visitors, right, and let's take Dear Daniel, the likes is that he likes music. So if you remember that tag, you can find it. Some do look similar to other tags, but been through that before. But that's kind of the struggle. And of course, you may have noticed too, with this selected, actually on a... just a random item, it will just be there. So you can also accidentally toggle in the item that you may not want to toggle in. So just be mindful of that. But otherwise, that is basically it. Now, of course, if you actually do, again, tap ZL, it would show you, again, who it matches for. But see how it just puts it in? Let's actually go here. I was trying to think of somebody who's here, but we haven't seen in a long time. I mean, obviously, we haven't really seen those also on the island, but we also haven't really been over here. And I put them here way long ago. So they disappear, by the way, in case you were curious. But this is with what limited furniture I had and what I could place. But I just wanted to show, for example, this is what, you know, shows up if, you know, you have a match. And that's kind of all they give you. I haven't really looked at the plus, but that is the quicker way, again, to look at, okay, do I have the requirements? But I did not use that when I was working on it. So I would say, again, as far as a positive improvement, this is beautiful. That way you don't have to keep going back and being like, okay, what did they want? You can just look here and it's like, ah, trophy items. Okay. But then you're like, okay, well, where, what are trophy? You know, what is that? Where is it? Where would it be? And then, of course, you can look by visitor, but again, sometimes that doesn't work out. There it is. Because it doesn't just scroll. Would it be there? I guess they did move it here, right? But I guess, okay, so then you'd have to learn how to spell. Wrong button. I was pushing in a different button. Did I spell it with the wrong... Yeah, with the wrong idea in mind, because my brain can't spell. There we go. I was overthinking the word, but here we go. The trophies, so it did bring it up. I'm still missing a certain... We're gonna ignore that. And then of course, made that one. So... Let me, for example, just put it in. I'm not gonna go back, because yes, you do have to open it up every single time. It does not retain the unfortunate last thing you looked up wise. Very well. Okay, so for example, I put those in, and then ta-da! The hearts have improved, and that's something that I never really paid attention to. I don't really know how much it truly affected the visitor from actually arriving to the island specifically, but I do know it was something that would have been good to maybe have invested in just a little more. I will actually take this out, so that's still the same, but I just wanted to show what it looks like now and what happens too. Obviously, if you don't spell the right word, well, then you get nothing. So there's that as well. But hopefully that some of this may change. It was pretty drastic, I would say, as far as having it down here. And then I still think this is more efficient in looking up stuff. The one thing actually I did want to show too, that is again another positive, but I'm going to need to basically back out of this. All right, so here we are. I'm gonna take this stone column. I only have one stone column, right? So if you noticed, it did not put us back in the beginning. So that is really nice. But again, I prefer this view over this view to scroll through. But that was something that was pretty frustrating, right? Every time that you placed an item that, you know, wasn't the right amount left over, you would always be put back. So again, I feel like that is a positive. Hope you like your room more, though it doesn't seem to affect what they give in terms of items, so that's why also I have not cared. That is the quantity. Though some did give more than others, and I was like, what? When you talk to them, and they're like, yeah. Which also, speaking of actually talking to them, since I do have Milk now, and Milk just does the collecting, it is very weird to talk to new visitors when they don't give you the gift afterward. But who knows? Maybe that'll change, maybe it won't. But those are a couple of the changes that people brought out and brought to my attention in a sense of just when I was scrolling, I was like, huh, interesting. That is to my attention of, oh, maybe I should go back. Oh. And thus, yes. So I do hope that they do change the crane game just to not move like that. Like, it can still, okay, it can still move like that, okay? Right? Sure, whatever. But if it's consistent, like if you notice a pattern as it's being, you know, shuffled through in those weird, wobbly, I'm gonna go in, I'm gonna go out. Because if it doesn't stay that way throughout, you will never be able to get the one you're after. Ever. Because you're just trying to time it, and then as soon as it, you know, cycles through and you miss it, you miss it. It's over. And then it's like, well, what am I, practicing for now, right? Like, what's the point? At that point, it's might as well just throw it to the side and cover your eyes and hope for the best, because I just don't see how you would get it. Thank goodness slow mode is still fine. Easy mode, the slow is still on and it's circle, but I don't think they should be a challenge, like that much of a challenge. That's all I mean. I don't know what also made him think that, oh yeah, this should be harder, either. It just doesn't personally make sense to me. Like, as much as I would like challenge in other games, like other mini games, I don't need it there. I really don't. So, interesting change, interesting ideas. Again, for the free update, though, that is slated for later this year for fall, and the ways of cabins specifically. So, if you're into decorating and all that, but are disappointed that you can't decorate on the inside of and outside of everywhere, you can at least hope for a better decorating time when it comes to finding items and such on the inside of cabins. However, the only catch to that, of course, is a lot of it is pretty daunting at first. It isn't hard to get used to overall. I just don't see myself though using the search feature personally, and I don't see myself scrolling through horizontally through the items. I just don't get it. I would rather see the full inventory of the items, and while at least again you can narrow the items by the tags, I do think some of the tags do not make sense for the items, so I just feel like it's kind of a waste. Again, that's just me and my personal feelings about them. I've said it before, I've never liked them, and again, sometimes items can be mistagged, right? So that at least they did patch one bit for that visually for one visitor, but at the same time, it's just more complicated than it needs to be, I feel. Whereas for other games, for inventory, it was pretty easy. The only other one I've ever done for inventory, though, was Animal Crossing. But that was pretty much, very specific, right? And there wasn't a lot sometimes to really go through either, but the categories were really easy to go through. You had the full spectrum of the room that you could, place what you wanted to place, and it just made sense. Whereas you didn't have to look for a tag and be like, oh yes, it's this item. So, I don't know. I know the tags are here to stay. I know it's part of the game, but we shall see if maybe that will change in the other sense of maybe for us to at least maybe have a choice. I know that was a suggestion, which at what point though for gameplay, how many times are you gonna have it so you can toggle something on and off? I don't personally want to have an always toggle on, toggle off option. I guess. It's kind of my feeling for it. I think it could be just one universal way that would also make it easier in some ways, maybe. But I do wonder how many of them themselves played it and thought intuitively it made sense for them, but how many of them agreed that this would be the way to do it, and then also having a way to look back at the old way in a matter of speaking, but it always toggled back to the newer way. It just kind of defeats the point. I don't really understand that kind of why. At that point, it feels like maybe there should have been a bit more of some feedback and some kind of more consensus from the players and what they would want to see, because at that point too, I don't know what it's like on Apple, that is if you're playing it on your phone, but I feel like it just isn't very intuitive either. To me also, when I first saw that screen, it looked very much like this is very PC or even for those of us on console to look through too. So it was more friendly for us versus just handheld, but I could be totally mistaken. But I can just only imagine of you like just tapping your screen to look at your inventory and then putting it down and then having to tap it all the time or having to scroll through. Now, of course, if you saw too, there were arrow buttons to make you go whew, whew. But how much do you really want to go through that? Don't know. Another thing that I didn't show, but I forgot to, you know, call it out, I guess, too, but you may have noticed, maybe not, but either way, too, the game does remember a bit of the items that you used. So let's say that you want to place the same item. It does have a bit of a recall. It doesn't go that far back, so that's something to keep in mind about. But if you have an idea of what you're looking for, hopefully it's still in the list. I forget how many actually were still there when I was looking for something in particular for the cabin that I made, but I tried it out and I was like, oh, dang it. So it wasn't there for me, but maybe stuff is there for you. So again, all in all, very, very odd, very strange, but we shall see in the future if anything else comes of it. Wrong button. So, though, next time that we jump into Hello Kitty Island Adventure, though, will there be adventure waiting beyond when it comes to visitors, or will we be questioning who is actually, you know, having certain second thoughts and feelings about certain things, or will they come to realize that things are just as fine as they are, huh? And of course, when it comes to the next, I would say, major event in terms of course, the scholastic variety, how much will we be introduced into the band, or will be left out? And of course, more importantly, when it comes to the flowers that we need for that darn greenhouse, will they bloom or will they fall short? I guess only time will tell, but that will be next time.
Thank you so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed, and if you did, be sure to like, comment, and subscribe. And until next time, once again, my name is Lisa, but I can go by Lister Lise, and I hope you have a good morning, afternoon, evening, wherever you may be.